Didn't we warn you that this was only the tip of the iceberg? Didn't we warn you that we had so much more? Didn't we warn you that we work for free and we fight with our hearts, and that love will conquer all fear? We told you we had two rules. You violated them both. So now we're coming for all of you. Told you not to mess with the women or our children. Now the pedo hunters are hunting, and much more. You're surrounded. It's time for you to expose yourselves.
Oh, it has started yet? It started. Don't worry. I know I'm a rookie. Hopefully the mic, everything is set. Then let's go over her. Over her. Share this to my profile. We live yet? We live? Yeah, we live now. I bet. There we go, there we go. Let's share this to the profile. I know I'm a little late, but some of us live life a certain way where time doesn't really exist anyway. So, right now, we're going to call it 11:11, like I promised. Let's see. I need to share this to my profile real quick before I get started. Hopefully everybody's having a good Sunday. There we go. Post. All right, welcome. We got some people jumping in. That's good to see. All right. I got everything shared out. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Please set the frame rate. Ah, shush. We'll change frame rates later. All right, welcome everyone. I know I'm a little late, but shit happens when just shit happens. It's 11:11 right now. Let's call it that, and let's jump right into the reason for this live stream today. Because there's been a whole lot of hints and conspiracies and stuff that I've been throwing out there, and people are like, "All right, man, what the hell is really going on?" I'm about to tell you. So I'm gonna flip my screen. I'm gonna share some stuff off my screen. But I gotta begin by saying, hold on, I got some notes here. I gotta explain security protocols. Due to the fact that a lot of the information I have to share is sensitive information and stuff I'm not supposed to know, I have to change the names of people's names, locations, stuff like that to protect myself from any kind of federal regulations that are set forth by the Department of Justice. But all the stories, everything you're about to hear, the people coming forward are real. These are facts. I never pointed fingers at anybody as far as who's guilty and who's not guilty. But as a security expert, analyst, and a person trained, to analyze pieces of a puzzle, to build a bigger puzzle, this is what we do. This is what we live for. So you have to excuse my cat. My cat's probably going to run around and act crazy and be loud. All right. So in my last stream, the last stream that I shared out with you guys, left off about how I got involved with the task force here in Iowa, and it was because my neighbor over here lives right across over here from me. I got close with them and their family, his kids, and his daughter went missing last November. Not really missing, but got taken to a place in Oklahoma and not brought back on time, and it got reported to the cops, and they couldn't, find his daughter. And this was after 2 weeks of, her supposed to be home, so it created a lot of worry. And, so their dad asked me for help, and, I'm good at this stuff. This is what I do, So let's do this. This live stream, the next transition. So after I was asked for help, this is what my next transition is going to lead into. It leads me into Britt, Iowa. This is where I was next placed. It was town next to us after this, and got to see my next firsthand experience of how and what goes on in the streets here in Iowa, and a lot of truths and realities around people's lives and what really happened to them that have traumatized them, caused pain, taken so much from them, include kids, freedom, a lot of shit, man. And I got people ready to, ready to speak on their stories, but we have to do this a certain way. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Hold up. I got a lot of plans. I'm just busy right now, and I'm trying to set up a very creative and artistic way. I'm bringing a lot of content to you guys as the story goes. So let's see. How the heck do I share my screen? Let's see. Well, I don't have to share my screen. I wanted to share my screen, but I can't find the button. We'll just jump into the next thing. So, if you go to my page, this page right here that I'm streaming from, you'll find multiple links to websites, to all the content that I'm creating, including my YouTube channel. The YouTube channel, we got music that I'm releasing with people from the community as well, that is centered around this entire story. And as it unfolds, you're going to see patterns and evidence of corruption that leads up to the top of very powerful people here in this state that has touched and affected more lives than I know, probably even beyond. Okay, so what began as a concerned citizen helping to find a friend's daughter, it led into the worst. Man, I can't even, how do you even explain the abuse, the lies, the scandals, the corruption, the evil that has been covered up for years, that I witnessed in my account while volunteering from my heart to help people. And this can be my way of giving back. I got a bunch of sites, like I said, set up, so please follow everything, because I got a bunch of stuff planned on all that. Now, on the next stream, what I'm going to be talking about is when I first met a man named Chief, okay, and he lives in Britt. My friend here that lives above me, Dove, she's really solid people. She brought me over to meet this gentleman named Chief, and he's a Native American, part Native American, part Apache, and they wanted to meet me because they heard about my experience at Standing Rock, and a lot of followers, a lot of people were pumped up about Standing Rock and the message of Standing Rock here in Iowa, and a lot of you already know that. So when they heard that Brandon Green and a person that went to Standing Rock, mom lived right here, and that he's coming here, people were stoked. So when I witnessed what I witnessed this past 11 months, I had to develop a way that I could help my community from the system and the very beast that we say we're out here fighting and that we're trying to change in America and all our nations and all our peoples, everywhere, globally. And it'd be hypocritical of me to sit back, watch this, see this, witness this, and not do shit about it. So that's what this is all about. I have to be very careful about how I do this. So this is a brief overview, okay? We're fighting the system right now. And you're doing this for a community right here, Garner, Iowa, and beyond. I don't even know. I don't know yet. It's going to be known, though, because we're bringing it out now. We're exposing it, blowing the lid off this shit. So please stay following and stay tuned and follow these stories, because we're going to need help from people like Standing Rock and the activists that were there. We're going to need help from people that were part of the George Floyd protests and demonstrations. We're going to need people that care and that have the resources to bring healing and the things that are needed to this community. Because there are a lot of females that are affected, that have been through abuse, that have been through trafficking, that have been through a lot of shit and forced into it, and children that have been taken and beyond, that need help and need healing, and we need your help. So please follow, guys, and I appreciate this. I'm sorry that it was quick, but this is a quick, brief overview of what is coming. So the next episode that I got is how the story transitions from Garner, Iowa, helping a friend find his daughter, to Britt, Iowa, where the true corruption and witness of this corruption really began. So I appreciate you guys for watching it, and bearing with me, because I know it's been weird. I've been acting weird, out of my own usual character lately, and I know a lot of you know this. But pay attention to what I'm posting. Like my last post last night with the Kakata 3301. There's a purpose why I posted that back in July of last year, and that's when I went dark from my mainstream activism and helping with all the groups that I do, and focused in on my own community. And I needed people with the minds that knew how to break down Kakata 3301 to focus in and help me on the stories and the evidence and the intel that I'm releasing to this mysterious puzzle that's not really so mysterious when you start seeing the patterns and the algorithms that also local people here have seen, and people in the. You guys gotta understand my position, man. Like, I got like 20 letters in my backpack right now telling me to surrender my license so they could push legal action against me or whatever. You know, and I'm still on probation, felony probation that carries, 10 to 15 years. That I thought we had all paid up. I mean, my friend out in Seattle had helped me, and we put together on it, and we had, we were gonna pay up and get me out of Iowa. That was the plan before all this shit happened. But now I got more fines because these fines are from, tickets that I got while being recruited by this CI who initially approached me as a federal agent, and many people in power were involved in keeping hidden from me, allowed me to be, I guess follow the carrot, I guess you could call it. But when I first got approached, when I made my documents like I was taught in college for cybersecurity and doing security analysis and shit like this, I fucking wrote clearly on it my intentions and what I'm going to be doing, which is basically being a third-party outside observer to the task force and to the streets. Meaning I owe no alliances to anybody. I'm an independent operative. Okay? So that's the first initial deal that was made with this fake Fed that many were present at, witnesses were present at, and many know what I'm about. I've been this way for a long time. I don't sell out. Everybody thought I was chasing fame out in Standing Rock, and I got offered many jobs, man. You think motherfuckers want to hit me up, talk about, come be a part of this fucking media team and that media team? You think I wanted to be in front of a camera? I fucking hate these cameras, dude. I like to ghost out. I'm a security guy. So, stress was getting to me today because I can't even go figure out my license situation. I can't, I've been here like 3 times, man, and they don't ever take it from me, make me surrender it. I come in here and ask me how to fix this because the state should pay for it. These tickets shouldn't even exist, and if these tickets didn't exist, I wouldn't even be on probation. I'd be complete. And then on the other end, after I bought my Suburban, when I came the following year, after this whole time when I was doing this shit with the task force, my Suburban, I couldn't even register it. So I'm rolling around doing some dumb shit in my truck while on probation for the task force with no fucking tags. I'm not even legal. That's how much they let me get away with. But they didn't let me get away with it, did they? Because now I suffer from it. All because I got lured into some shit that wasn't real. Yet it was set, staged, and prepped and laid before me and fucking allowed to happen by the state. Right here, the state. But these little task forces around here in these counties are tricky, man. And it's like, they're like the fucking thin line between where the separation between state and fed end, because you got state level fuckers or county level people, whatever, state level, that are given federal powers at certain times where they don't have to identify themselves, they don't have to show their faces, and they could command and demand anything of any chief in any county that they operate in. This guy's been doing it for 17 years. And I didn't push nothing, man. I came as a gentleman, as a citizen of this community, asking what the fuck, And nobody could look me in the eyes no more, and I'm gonna show you some because,
you guys know what kind of powers that I'm up against, and a lot are scared, you know. But you know, I spend my day. I'm right here right now, you know, at the fucking the Devil's Den, the Devil's Lair. This is his lair number 2, right outside the courthouse. You know, home base for the guy that's responsible for all this shit is fucking this city. But you know, I mean, anywhere he goes, he gets to set up throne over here in 9 different counties. And so I come up here to figure out my license stuff because I have to pay off about my Suburban. You know, I can't get my tags back unless I pay 20 grand from restitution that just suddenly appeared from fucking 2001 or 3 or some shit. You know, from a case that I was defending my mother from a guy that was whooping on her, and they started coming at me, and I'm a kid. And all I had was this little teeny, not even a 2-inch fucking pocket blade in my pocket. And after he got the best of me and was on top of me, that's all I had left. And he even went in and fucking claimed self-defense for me, you know, that I was defending myself and my mother. And I still got hit with restitution because of his medical bills. He didn't have no medical. So out of nowhere, after I already purchased this vehicle a year ago, and when you purchase and finance a vehicle, I don't know if you know the process, but you have to have your tags, all your shit legit, you know, for full coverage. And then suddenly next year when I got to re-register, I can't fucking get them unless I pay 20 grand. And this is like right at the same time as I'm getting suckered in to this bullshit. Right after I finished college and shit. Doing good things for my life. Got clean and sober. Quit drinking and shit. Quit fighting cops. You know, I did right with my life. Again, after me and Haley Young already did it once, but now I'm starting to notice a pattern here, folks. This is why I keep coming up to these fucking statues and circling them. Because I'm starting to realize that I know a lot more people than I think I know. I got a lot of fucking family names on here, and I'm starting to notice similar family names that have suffered under the same shit I have that are all over this fucking statues. I got a lot of people to talk to, and I'm gonna put them all on live streams. If they don't come forward themselves and make right themselves, because some of these people might get spared their jobs, you know what I mean? If they come forward and just say what's up, they might get spared. I don't know. I'm not the judge. I'm not the jury. I'm not nobody. I'm just a guy that got caught in the mix of all this bullshit with this task force out here, and the suffering and the truth of what's really happening, and why they're here every day, and why I can stand outside this courthouse and do a live stream and talk about it. But then we go kick back and let everybody else kick back, because number 1, 2, and 3, that's how they mark their vehicles on these sheriffs, because they get to use the sheriffs. Those are the task force, you know. They get to anonymize themselves. They can use sheriffs in 9 different counties. And when they switch it to the task force, they don't have to wear no names, none of that shit. They got fake names. They wear ski masks, all that shit. You don't get to know who they are. But they like to show off. So when they pull up in their sheriff's trucks, they'll label them like SR 1, 2, and 3. So I had the top 3 chiefs here, you know. All top 3 chiefs right here, right now, after I've been doing these live streams and slowly leaking the truth. I'm circling them instead of them circling me. What the fuck is really going on? Pisses me off because I didn't. One, I didn't deserve this shit. I did something right for the community, good for the people. 2, there was a lot of fucked up shit that happened that I didn't even know about by some dude that I'm not gonna fucking name right now. And he gets to get away with every goddamn thing he did in my life since the day I got here, and I didn't even know who the hell he was. And then he takes off and steals all my shit and goes to fucking wherever, his retirement home. Yeah, and he thought I was some punk that's just gonna back down. I really ain't got much left to say, man. Except for, I don't care what it's gonna take, man. I ain't gonna shut up because they ain't letting me do nothing else in my life. I can't do shit. I can't go nowhere. I can't get drive. I can't do nothing.
Why'd you have to go and do
Good
this shit?
afternoon,
Spark a fire up
folks.
on the
Good
mask and
afternoon,
get
good
me lit. Everybody around
So
knows
these
how
are
running
memorials. Obviously are veteran memorials, you know, from all around the surrounding towns. We got World War II, we got World War I. What else do we got? There's a lot of names on these statues, and the reason why I always come here is because I got a lot of family names on this statue. who are part of all these communities, and you know, they gave their lives to something they believed in. And we never expected that this dream that we would try to build with our country would turn into a corporate conglomerate rigged system that is not meant to benefit the progress and the evolution of our nation, our people, and even other nations. You know, this ain't just about the United States or America. You know, this is about a message to humanity about what is right, what is wrong, who gets to pick and choose, who gets to have what rights, because all humans are born free. All humans are born with the same rights. Ain't nobody better than the next. I don't care if you got a badge, I don't care what level of power you think you're on. When you come speaking in the name of the truth, it puts you on different levels. And people with egos, which most who are in the fun, not all, have those ego trips. That's why they get so upset at me. But if they stop and just listen to the message, you know, that is being sounded off in the communities around here in Iowa, North Central Iowa, then they would see that I'm not an enemy.
Everybody around knows how Randy Green gets drunk beats. I told you
So the left side of this parking lot is
I can feel my hunger taking over. There's no other choice for me to put me under. If I fuck up or I stumble, I'm surrounded by the sound of thunder. Sometimes I wonder if God can hear my cries. Will the heavens call my number? Did I waste my whole life to reach that 5-yard line? Will I get it? Will I shine? Running back like crime time. Michael Irvin with another catch and take it back in time. Should I head it off to Smith? Either way, I gotta grind like the 90s at the height of a revolution fight. They take 2 of our heroes in the middle of the night. I don't even have to name them, cause today they are legends. Then aftermath paved the path for all insurrection. So let's go.
pretty easy compared to a lot of it. But so you see, we got 2 mobile commands. We got a receiver and a repeater. Pretty cool stuff. They got awesome equipment on this. But these towers, they have equipment in here like Stingray equipment technology. But I'm sure they're updated. They probably got facial recognition and everything now. So
You feel like you're in a dream or living in a nightmare? Do you feel like you can't escape? Brandon Green.
Message of change. If you put me on the stage, I'ma set it in flames. Like the George Floyd riots, please don't test it in vain. I'm partially insane, don't you step to the name. It's Brandon Green, watch me bomb, I'm like I'm Saddam Hussein. Then I scoop off in the plane, I'm a glitch in the game. I no longer dodge bullets, homie Neo's the name.